Welcome back to 1819 Farmhouse Restoration. And see that window? We're going to be working in there. The old pull chain light was just junky looking, it's for a closet. So we were going to replace it with another one, a nicer one, because we redid the guest bedroom. Well, when I say we, I mean Lady Dixon did it. I didn't do nothing in that room, but I'm going to put in a light. And if you want to see how to put in a light, you've probably done one before, so let's go get to work. So here we are in the guest bedroom with the window, because it's a door and a window. Anyways, yeah, it's painted, floor's painted. We got some weird stuff going on in here and a light that we're gonna change. So how do you know the power's on? Well, the light's on, so we know that's on. Let's go throw a breaker. All right, so you got your electric panel, you got your breakers, and if they're labeled correctly, you find the one that needs to be turned off, and you turn it off. So now it's off, the light don't come on. But what if the fixture's broken, and you don't know if you have power or not? Well, they sell these little guys here that when you touch it to a live wire, it'll beep or not. So let's take that off. Most lights have screws that you can just take off and they'll loosen up real, some are easy, some are not. But you loosen, take that screw off, take that screw off. I'm gonna take the light bulb out just so I don't smash it with the screwdriver. Now that I have the screws out, there's some paint here. Some people will paint for a couple of reasons. One, because, they're just sloppy and they paint. Or it could be for air sealing, so you don't get, drafts coming in. There could be caulk, whatnot. So I'm gonna get a knife and cut all the way around. And just score it. Yeah. It's always easier to do with a sharp blade, and if you're filming at the same time, this could get crazy. You want to take your time because you don't want to go, all of a sudden, now you're cutting the ceiling. So I'm going to turn this off so I can not cut myself for the ceiling. All right, now we have our wires exposed. We can test them to see if they're live. Like I said, if this was live, it would be beeping. These might cost a little money, but better safe than sorry. Now this is a new box, so your box may look different. It might be smaller and metal. It might be really bad wires here. If you pull this down and it's old cloth wires and it's showing, you should call an electrician and get it replaced. So what I'm gonna do is, the old ones just have the wires screwed on there. Let's get those off. All right, so we've got it off, and we're just gonna straighten our wires out a little bit here. Because those wrapped around, we don't know what the other ones are gonna do, if they're gonna wrap around. You can always do this later once you find out. But pretty much prepped for what we're gonna do next. So you go out, you buy your new light, you've got it ready, you've opened it up, you've looked at everything, you became accustomed with what it needs. It should come with instructions, and time to put it in. So my new light comes with a ground wire, and it actually has black and white. White has got N for neutral, L is for line. Some will have a blue, and you'll have to figure out if blue means that it's the neutral or if that's your line. Sometimes blue is ground, depending on what country it was made in. So our old wires up there were wrapped around screws. These are going to need to be wire nutted. So let's get some wire nuts. Now, these are the wire nuts they always give you. They're not very good wire nuts, but most of you don't have the good stuff on hand, so these will do as long as you get them on there. My base does not go onto the ceiling. I have to put this base up there first. Yours may come with something like this too, because this will have screws that hang down from the ceiling, and then screws will go through these little holes onto there. A lot of lights are like that now. So first we'll put this up there. So this will go up into there. You take your wires, feed them through the middle, and then you should have holes there. Your screws will go through. You can reuse the old ones, or this one actually gives you screws. I'm going to reuse these because they're nice and long. Alright, this is a two-hand job. I'll be right back. Alright, so we got our screws in there, and you could use any of these little slots here, but that's the symbol for ground. So because this is metal, you're supposed to ground it. There may be a green screw in there, there may not be a green screw in there. But if it comes with the green screw, you put it in, get it started, and then you're going to take this part, wrap it around there, and tighten it. Alright, so now that I have the ground screw holding on to the ground wire, I can just let it hang like that, and for extra protection I also wire nutted it to the ground coming out of the box. But you might not have a ground coming out of your box, so it's always better to be grounded to at least something. And if you have a metal box, not a blue plastic box like me, once you screw that in, now all of that is grounded. Kinda, sorta. Alright, so now we connect our black and our white. Alright, so you put the wires together and then you just twist this on there. And then try to pull the wires out. If the wire pulls out, take the wire nut off, do it all over again. Take the wires, push them back up into the hole where they're nice and safe. This is hard with one hand. It's hard with my left hand. And then now you'll line up your holes, put them in there, and take the screws that came with it and push them in there. I'll thread them in there. And now that you have the screws in there, you should be ready to turn the power back on, unless you have more to add on to your light. What's this look like when it's done? Okay, well, let's turn the light off so you guys can actually see it. It's alright. They don't really have pull chains with, like, you know, that don't look absolutely boring. These all have like little beads on them. And then there's light bulbs somewhere in there, but they're LED bulbs, so you can actually see in this room now, which is great. Alright, well, that's how you put in a light. You guys probably knew that. Well, that's it for today. Peace out.